Alright, time to take a break.
What is up, gamers? Today we're gonna be playing Arknights Enfield. Thank you to Arknights Enfield for sponsoring this video. Grow the factory.
Man,
Factory
must be
grow.
nice to play some games absolutely guilt-free. I wish I could do that.
We would like to pay you to play our game. The amount we'll be paying is...
Yes.
What? I haven't even said how much.
Whatever, I don't care, just send me to your world!
Oh, okay. Just stand over there. One more step. Alright, that's perfect. Huh. This usually works in those isekai animes.
So I wake up from a 10-year-long hibernation and am greeted by Perlica. Having absolutely no memory of literally anything, she gives me a refresher and tells me I am this great leader called Administrator, in charge of leading this big space company known as Enfield Industries. Apparently, I've been entrusted with the mission by myself of expanding life on a foreign planet. And the only way to do that is by using my unique set of powers, which I have no idea how to use, to activate special technologies in this world and use them to help rebuild civilization. Isn't it rather inconvenient that I'm the only one who can activate these special technologies? Like, who even came up with this system? You did? Oh. After learning a little bit more about myself, Perlica gives me a tour around the ship and we end up at the front of the space deck getting a full view of Talos 2. So that's where we're building our home. Looks very habitable. It's still untamed with many dangers, but now that you're here, we can finally make some real progress. Where's your mask? Oh, I couldn't see very well, so I got rid of it. But that mask is supposed to help stabilize your... Where'd you even put it?
Look at me, I'm the admin.
Suddenly, we are urgently informed that there's trouble in one of our local bases in Valley 4, and we are to immediately set out to deal with the threat. Upon arrival, we meet Director Chin, a fellow Enfielder. She explains that a giant alien-like construct called an anchor landed in a lab nearby and is spawning hostile rock creatures, and we gotta go destroy it to get the base back up and running again. She also asks us to find this old owl guy named Andre, and make sure he's safe too. We quickly oblige and head straight for the lab. After cleaning up a bunch of rock critters on the way, we finally arrive and find a couple of raiders that look like bad guys. So we beat him up. Then we open the door to the lab and spot Mr. Andre hiding behind a panel pointing straight at the anchor's core. So we spring into action and smash it to bits. Just when we thought the coast was clear, an angry Landbreaker chief shows up and begins maniacally swinging his axe around. If you want something to hack, how about an owl? Operator Chen, at your service. Whew. Well, that was pretty close. I mean, all according to plan. With all the imminent danger gone, Chen, our company ally, officially joins our group and we are formally introduced to Mr. Andre, the industry's top engineer. He explains that the reason he risked his life to rush over here all alone was to make sure this prototype robot was unharmed. He didn't really tell us what it does, other than the fact that it was made by someone else, but I assume it's something real important. Shortly after, we return back to Director Chin and find out the Landbreakers we saw earlier weren't a coincidence, and they have been launching simultaneous attacks all over Valley 4. Apparently, they're known as Bone Crushers, a violent group among the Landbreaker clan who hate and reject the use of Originium ores, which is what we use to power our technology. And they're being led by a sinister lady named Neferith, who also hates people like us, but she's actively trying to do something evil about it. Before continuing our investigation and finding out what Neferith's really up to, I went around finally putting my powers to good use by bringing the base back up and running again, fixing communications, and building a giant factory? I'm starting to think the M in MC might stand for something else. So in this game, you don't actually need to go around constantly picking up items or work for your gears, essentially. You just kind of build an automated factory that quite literally does all of that for you. I was actually really impressed with how well thought out the whole system was. I mean, I'm not really the brightest shit out there, but the game had all these blueprints and crafting manuals to help even a smooth brain like me figure everything out super easily. It seemed like a lot of tedious work at first, but then the sheer joy of unlocking more and more cool resources that led to better production lines for stronger gear scratched an itch in my little brain that had me hooked and wanting to spend way more time on it than I probably should have. Ting, 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 Edmund? Are you busy? Oh, hey, Perlica. I was just working on my 100th turret cannon. Those LV scums won't be causing us trouble anymore. So, about that, I think we should continue looking for Neferith. We haven't really figured out what she's up to. Also, haven't you grown the factory enough already? Perlica, please. The factory has always room for growth. Besides, Nefer's troops are completely useless now that we have these bad boys. Like, what could she possibly do to make things worse? Oh, come on! So it turns out Neferth is somehow able to manipulate the power of some dangerous dimensional matter called the ether, which when present spawns these weird blob thingies called blight that destroys everything it touches. Think of it this way, the ether is like a dormant volcano and the rift you saw earlier is like an eruption and the blobs are basically like lava. Except in this case, if we don't do something about it, it'll wipe out everyone in Valley 4. Now the only way to get rid of this rift in the sky is by destroying the blight's core with literal explosives, but unfortunately these cores are invisible to the naked eye. Conveniently, Mr. Andre decides to bring out our secret weapon, Tata, the prototype robot. Mr. Andre tells us that Tata is like a blight core detector, and it's been specifically designed for occasions like these. So we recruit it to the team and set our course for the power plateau. On our way, we come across some of those toxic gooey stuff blocking our path, so we decide to put Tata to the test. Alright Tata, do your thing. Is it working? So, it seems like Mr. Andre might have made a few minor hiccups while fine-tuning Tata, cause it didn't last for more than 2 blight detections. Thankfully though, Perlica had close ties with Yvonne, the mysterious friend who entrusted Tata to Mr. Andre, and also its actual creator. So we make an emergency detour and decide to pay her a quick visit. Once we get there, we're offered a warm welcome party of weird looking land breakers and a bunch of laser booby traps, all compliments from Yvonne herself. Eventually, we safely make our way into Yvonne's research room and Perlica carefully explains everything to her. She wasn't particularly happy with Tata's state, but seeing as how urgent and dire the situation was, she wastes no time and works her magic on the bot. And in just a few hours, it was as good as new. And with that, we quickly thank Yvonne for her services and immediately book it towards the Aether Rift to save Valley 4. Stop right there, Neferith! Jesus, how'd you get here so quick? No matter. You're too late, Edmund. The Aether is now unstoppable, and soon the entire Valley 4 will be swallowed whole.
That's what you think.
Go, Tata! Tata? Looking for this? Tata! You monster! Seems like your only way of stopping the rift is now gone.
Now perish in the blight.
Man, I guess this is it, guys. It was a pleasure adventuring with you all. At least we're going out as a team. And just like that, as we were all ready to meet our end, one courageous robot decides to step up to the plate and perform one of the most valiant acts I've ever seen. After witnessing Tata's heroic deed, we're able to reclaim all our bases that were occupied by Nefert's underlings, and we all head back to the hut base to honor our good friend Tata and celebrate our victory. And with that, I'm temporarily relieved of any maintenance or villain chasing duties for the time being, and unlock a whole new region for me to explore to my heart's content. And by that, I mean find new resources to expand my factory. Before I give my final remarks, I want to thank Arknights Enfield again for sponsoring this video and letting me have a lot more fun and freedom in how I enjoy this game. The game's designs are genuinely breathtaking, from the characters' expressions, body language, to flashy intricate battle mechanics and super immersive story plot. So much work and love has been put into every little detail in this game, it makes sense why it's become so popular ever since its release. If you think you got things spoiled for you by watching this video, you'd be happy to know that there's a ton more quests, lore, and an entire region to explore beyond Valley 4. So you're not missing out on anything. I'm personally super excited to delve into the Wuling region. It's got such a unique and gorgeous Chinese-inspired theme going on, with so many new characters and stories to look forward to. In fact, you can log on to the game now and enjoy the brand new version update, Old Deep Water Dies by Rising Tide It Is Tonight, with highly anticipated and playable 6-star characters like Rossi and Tang Tang, each with their own unique storylines. The new update also expands greatly on the lore within the Wuling region, extending deep into the new area called Qingbo Stockade, along with newly introduced items and resources to further upgrade and expand your factory. The factory must grow. You can also claim up to 20 free pulls for the character banner and a whole lot of generous beginner rewards to start your journey today. If this game speaks to you like it did for me, go ahead and click the download link below and maybe even add me in the game so I can steal your blooper. I mean, check out your cool factory build in the game. No, seriously, I need more friends. Thank you again for watching, and if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna continue building my factory.